To the Dan Caplis Show podcast.
Like current GOP Chairman Williams, like President Trump, use name-calling as a political strategy, right? I mean, you've called former President Joe Biden a pedophile. You've called the mayor pro tem of Monument a terrorist. You've called the governor a communist. You've called the attorney general communist. You've called me a communist, which is fine because we get along. But why is name-calling a winning political strategy in this state?
You know, I don't think it's always correct. It's not always a winning strategy. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it helps us because, you get that attention online, you get that media around you, and that, by and large, a lot of the time is what affects change.
Yeah, that's Darcy Schoening, our next guest with Kyle Clark. Darcy, of course, running for GOP chair. Welcome back, Darcy. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me, Dan.
Oh, my pleasure. Anytime. How goes the battle?
Good. I'm having so much fun. So just going out, seeing everybody and, getting in the media, and I'm enjoying interacting with everybody. It's been great.
It looks like you're having fun. And I mean, your decision to go on with Kyle Clark, hey, I think that's great. I mean, that's the difference, right, between the right and left. The left's scared of its own shadow. It won't come on a show like this or anything else. And conservatives, you want to talk? Let's sit down. If it's a fair fight, we'll win.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it was so much fun. When he was originally texting me about the Tina Peters comments that I had made on Jeff and Bill, that I had called on Pam Bondi to look into the judge. And so then he said, hey, I'm going to have everybody on. Do you want to come on? And I was like, yeah, I do. And I want to take that first spot, too.
Yeah. And so tell everybody, what at this point, the election is when and how's it shaping up? And above all, I think everybody agrees, right? You have to have a unified GOP to have a chance to win these statewide races. And how do you get it there?
Yeah, so the election is March 29th, and that is 9 o'clock in the morning. It's a hybrid online, and then in the Springs, I can't remember the exact location. They just, I think, figured out the location because it was moved from Castle Rock, but we'll post that. It's posted everywhere. Anyways, so yeah, unified GOP. I mean, listen, like I've said in the past, nobody's ever going to be totally unified, but I've been working really hard to build an infrastructure and build fundraising already that we can be proud of, so that going into the 2025 school board races with my Build Our Benches initiative, we're able to have momentum, donor confidence, volunteer confidence. We're going to launch that into 2026 and take back state seats. And we're building something that I believe candidates and elected officials and volunteers and activists and just everyday voters can be proud of. And that's what I'm most proud of right now. That's why I'm having so much fun going around seeing everybody at the meetings, because I just can't imagine doing anything else right now. We have to build something that we can take Colorado back with.
I'm glad you used that prouder phrase, because I really do think it's important that, and you're right. Listen, you're never going to have, short of heaven, you're never going to have perfect unity or coherence. But I think you got to get the Colorado GOP to the point, right, where the vast majority of Republicans, at least in the state, are proud of the Colorado GOP. Because I don't, with the math, I don't know how any of our candidates win statewide without a robust, level of support from Republican voters.
Exactly. And that's why we have to have, like I said, when I say building, I mean everything from our GOTV efforts, our outreach, our Hispanic outreach, our Black outreach, going into the high schools, capturing the young Republicans. It's everything. It's having on-point data. And right now, we don't have any of those things. So that's what I want to work really hard to build, so that, whether I am eventually taken out one day or get hit by a bus or whatever, that when I'm not chair anymore, the GOP can look back and say, you know what, she left it better than she found it. And I say the same thing about the state of Colorado and our country. That's our duty. That's what we do as leaders.
No, 100%. That's what we're put on the planet for, right? So
yeah.
How can people learn more about you?
So you can go to my website, Darcy for Chair. That's DARCYFOR chair.com. Twitter is Darcy and then the number 4 CO. But if you just start typing my name in Google, like Darcy SCHOENING, I come right up because I have such an uncommon name. And listen, you guys have heard me for a month and a half now talk about my platform, but it's not all about me. Everyone is welcome in my Colorado GOP, our Colorado GOP. So I want to sit down and talk to you, have a phone call, go out for coffee, whatever it may be. So send me a text and we'll get together, and I want to hear everyone's vision for our state.
You are the Energizer, Darcy. There is no doubt about that. So, yeah. No, well, hey, appreciate the time. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Dan. Thanks for having me. Have a good night.